We take you to our news just in. Emergency services in Durban say they are responding to a large number of collisions following heavy rainfall that's hit various parts of eThekwini. The South African Weather Service has today issued an alert orange level 6 weather warning for disrupting rain and severe thunderstorms that could lead to localized flooding for areas along the coast. Our reporter Nonjabulo Mtungwa Makamu and video journalist Musiso Tembe are currently at one of those scenes. We take you live to them. Nonjabulo, very good evening to you. I can see the weather really not on your side. You're under an umbrella. Talk to us about the latest developments there.
Well, yes, good evening to you, Mpho. We are reporting to you live from Pinetown. This is on the west of Durban, here under the eThekwini municipality. And if you look at the weather alert that has been issued today by the South African Weather Service, it has said that eThekwini is set to be one of the prone areas and one of the areas that is likely to be hit hard by these persistent conditions. And of course, the alert level 6, it is actually currently affecting a number of areas here in the eThekwini municipality, with Pinetown on the west of the city set to be severely affected. We have spoken to a number of emergency services, including airless paramedics, who are busy as we speak, trying to attend to a number of collisions that are said to have taken place due to, the heavy weather that is persistent here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We have also been told that there has been a vehicle that has been washed away. At this point in time, they cannot confirm as to how many occupants are actually said to be in that vehicle. But to speak to us more about, that incident, it is, of course, airless paramedic spokesperson Garrett Jameson. Garrett, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you and your team, you've been out, very early this evening, trying to assist a number of, motorists that were stranded, others whose cars have been washed away. Just tell us more about, the number of incidents that you have attended to this from, the start of this persistent heavy rain.
Yeah, thank you very much. We've responded to multiple incidents, mostly car accidents. We have attended to a few housings that are thought to be washed, or not washed away, but flooding into certain houses. But the main incident which we've attended is what you've said now, is where it's a vehicle is alleged to have been washed away by this river below us, which is in the Sonia area of Pinetown. We had multiple rescuers out, search and rescue, to try and see, and lots of CPF people that were out as well. And obviously with the weather conditions, the lighting situation is too dangerous at the moment for rescuers to continue, and this will be back at first light tomorrow morning to try and find this vehicle.
So for viewers who are at home currently, if you can just paint us a picture as to how severe, is this alert level 6 weather warning that has been issued by the South African Weather Service.
Absolutely. So it's one of the most dangerous weather warnings that we can experience. And from what we've seen in the past, people need to take note that they shouldn't take chances with these warnings. The Weather Bureau has issued that warning, and I even believe that tomorrow morning between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. it's going to be even worse. The rainfall is predicted to be the heaviest during that time. So as it is now, the roads are very badly affected. Trees are down, roads are closed, roads are washing away. So people need to take heed of that and rather stay at home. I do believe that the schools have also been told, if it's still dangerous in the morning, that rather the learners stay at home for their own safety as well.
Other than this incidents, Garrett, has there been any other incidents? Are there any searches that are currently taking place? Because I know that it's not only for eThekwini. I know areas also along the coast, on the southern part of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, they are also said to be experiencing, these severe weather patterns.
I do know that Harding was quite hard hit as well in the south, as you say. I don't know of any other searches that are underway. I'd like to say I hope there's no more searches, but the nights are still young, and this weather is only just beginning, to be honest with you.
Should a person find themselves in a situation where they need assistance, what advice can you actually give them?
So firstly, obviously, you need to know the emergency services number, which is one standard number, is 031 36 10,000. The easiest way. That goes to obviously the eThekwini Fire Department or the Metro Centre, and that's your first line of call. You know, not to be phoning all different people. Make sure that your houses, the drains are clear. If there's any concern that your house or something like a sandbank's going to collapse behind, rather leave before it's too late. You know, the home, there's halls that are open. You know, there's a lot of people willing out there helping, community centres, garages, families. Rather, don't leave it too late. You know, don't be a hero, don't try and withstand it, because like I say, the rainfall is predicted between 1 and 4 a.m. to be very hard.
Gary, thank you so much for your time. I know that you are quite busy, so let's leave you on it. Well, that is Garrett Jameson, who is the spokesperson for ALS Paramedics, and him also just giving us some sort of, a picture as to how severe this weather pattern is. And of course, it did say that the search for that one occupant in that vehicle that was said to have been washed away in this river, under this bridge that we are standing on, the search has been called off. They are hoping that they will resume as from tomorrow, because it's dark, and also with the heavy downforce, it makes it difficult for them to actually continue with the search. But of course, we did hear as well from the eThekwini municipality saying that they have set up a joint operations center so that they will be able to respond to any eventualities. And of course, they did also say that they are also experiencing power outages in some of the areas within eThekwini, but they did confirm that they are addressing that. But for now, it's back to you in studio.
Nonjabulo, as we assess the impact of some of these waterlogged roads, and listening to your guests there talking about level 6 being the most dangerous weather warning, and really calling for residents to rather leave their homes as opposed to waiting until it's too late if they suspect that the house will collapse. What have you observed throughout the course of the day insofar as the movement of residents? I mean, he's also warned that learners perhaps shouldn't go to school tomorrow if this is going to continue.
Well, Mpho, if you remember very well, this alert was issued as from yesterday. So this morning, it is something that a lot of authorities here in eThekwini, as well as, the provincial authorities, they've been working on it. As we also visited the eThekwini Operations Center, that is for the disaster management teams, for them to be able to respond to, various eventualities. And there are areas that they did say, Mpho, that they are focusing on. Those are areas that are said to be very prone to the flooding, areas on the south there in KwaMakhutha, areas such as Umlazi, as well as other areas that lies on the southern part of Durban. They did say that those areas, they are likely to be affected by this current weather that we are experiencing. They did say that they have teams that have been dispatched there to ensure that communities are able to get assistance that they need. But over and above that, Mpho, they did also warn residents, especially those who are built or who are staying in areas more like low-lying areas, to actually try and evacuate as soon as possible. And also they did also made it clear, Mpho, that this weather warning, it will start as from 5 p.m. and indeed I can confirm that around about that time, the weather was changing. In the morning, it was bright, it was sunny. You wouldn't say that, by this time we would be experiencing, such a weather pattern.
For that update, the latest developments on the ground there, SABC News reporter Nonjabulo Ntungwa Makamu, as well as video journalist Pusiso Tembe, covering this developing story. Emergency services in Durban responding to a large number of incidents, as we, of course, will continue to monitor those developments.